Kentucky Derby.
We welcome you back to the NBA on NBC.
This is out of here.
A lot of stars for you on Sunday Night Football. New York, a city that loves heroes, has found its latest sports villain, C.J. McCollum.
McCollum fires.
Decade-long NBA good guy, traded to the Hawks in January. Now he's playing the role of antagonist from Atlanta.
McCollum to the basket. C.J. takes Brunson on a dance.
He is a killer.
It was like you were looking to get that matchup against Jalen.
What you think? What do you think? Yeah.
Saturday, the Knicks were lifted by their big cat. A Karl Anthony Towns triple-double evened the series. Karl Anthony Towns having a very big imprint. It might be a few blocks from Broadway, but New York's best spring dramas play here. The Garden for a pivotal Game 5. It's the Hawks and Knicks next on NBC.
This is the NBA on NBC. These are the 2026 NBA playoffs, presented by Google. Tonight, it's Game 5 as the Atlanta Hawks visit the New York Knicks. Brought to you by Kia.
These are the days that get New Yorkers through a long winter. Great spring day with a late April night that ends at Madison Square Garden with a Knicks playoff game. In this building, they'll see their star, Karl Anthony Towns, who Saturday became the fourth Knick with a playoff triple-double to get a split in Atlanta. C.J. McCollum has 2 game-winning shots in this series. The first helped the Hawks split the first 2 games. So we arrive at round 1, Game 5. The best of 7 is now a best of 3. Come inside the Garden. Good evening, everyone. Thanks for having us in. Mike Tirico along with Reggie Miller on a playoff night in MSG.
The energy.
Life is really good.
It's good.
It was good for the Knicks in Game 4 in Atlanta. That triple-double we talked about with Karl Anthony Towns. And, Rich, that's the star that Knicks fans have been desperate to see all season long.
I know he's had better scoring playoff games, but to me, that was his best all-around game, especially as a Knick. He didn't allow the game to come to him. He was aggressive. He was dominant on the boards, but more importantly, setting the table. Those 10 assists, setting the table for his teammates.
Before Game 4, we said, this is a big game for Atlanta. 2-1, they're home. They can go up 3-1. It looked like the game was a little too big for them. How do they adjust and try to steal another one in this building?
That's exactly what head coach Quinn Snyder says. We didn't rise to the level of physicality, and that's what they have to do. They got to come out and punch first. But more importantly, they've been a running team. 0 fast breaks through 3 quarters in Game 4. In their 2 wins, they have 40 fast break points. They've got to get out in transition before the Knicks settle in with that defense.
Thanks for them tonight. Jalen Johnson standing by with Zora Stevenson.
After Game 4, you said that the Knicks punked you all. How do you prevent that from happening tonight?
We got to bring the fight to them off rip from the start. So we just got to continue to do that.
And then offensively, you all like to get up and down. You like to move the basketball. How do you get back to playing your game?
We just got to be ourselves. Continue to do what we've been doing to get to this point. I think if we continue to do that, we'll be all right.
Appreciate the time.
Yeah, thank you.
Zora, thank you. Rare night, just the second time in the last 25 years that the Garden hosted Game 5 of a series tied at 2. The lineups as we get closer to tip. The Knicks and the Hawks on NBC. Let's take a look at tonight's DraftKings player tracker. Tracking Jalen Johnson and his boards. He had 10 per game in the season, including the playoffs. Karl Anthony Towns, one of the best in the league, just under a dozen. DraftKings, the #1 sportsbook for live betting. To get in on the action, download the app. Use promo code DUNK when you sign up. And towards the middle of town, here in New York, we are set for this Game 5 of this opening round series. The Knicks, comfortable victories in their 2 that they were able to take, Games 1 and 4, with the Hawks getting Games 2 and 3. So now a best of 3 to advance to the next round against the winner of the Boston Philly series. Celtics leading, trying to close that out by 9 up in Massachusetts right now as they hit the half. The Hawks, the 6th seed in the East, buoyed by their 19-5 close to the regular season, turning it around with some key acquisitions at the trade deadline. No change in their starters for Game 5, and our starting lineups are brought to you by DoorDash.
CJ McCollum, Lehigh University.
Nikhil Alexander-Walker, Virginia Tech.
Dyson Daniels, Bendigo, Australia.
Jalen Johnson, Duke University.
Onyeka Okongwu, Compton Magic.
Their head coach, Quinn Snyder, played in 3 Final Fours at Duke. Good run coaching at Missouri, then in the NBA with Utah. 3rd full season in Atlanta, over 500 NBA wins in his career. The Knicks back home where they were 30-10 on the regular season, 4th best in the league. But interestingly, they're below 500 in the playoffs in this building the last 2 years. For the Knicks, a lot of questions about their starters in the last game. Well, they ran them back, and the starting 5 remains the same here for Game 5.
Chase Freedom starting lineup for your New York Knicks. At center at 7 feet from Kentucky, number 32, Karl Anthony Towns. At forward at 6'7" from Indiana, number 8, O.G. Anunoby. At forward at 6'4" from Villanova, number 3, John Hart. At guard, at 6'6" from Villanova, number 25, Mikal Bridges. And at guard, at 6'2" from Villanova, number 11, Jalen Brunson. And coach of the Knicks, Mike Brown.
Mike Brown, twice the coach of the year, coaching his 4th different team in the playoffs. Game 5, Knicks, Hawks. We'll have it for you next. The NBA playoffs continue on NBC. Jalen Johnson and the Hawks walk into this environment. Place that's very familiar to NBA fans over the years. The 177th playoff game for the Knicks in this edition of Madison Square Garden. Rich, what are you going to be watching for here as we get this one underway?
Who is going to throw the first punch? We know in Game 4, it was the Knicks who came out really, and we saw their eyes in warm-ups. They were determined. How did this young Atlanta Hawks team respond, and which team can control the turnovers? Something that's kind of been an issue throughout this series.
Josh Tippett is the crew chief, working with Courtney Kirkland and Justin Van Dyne. We're underway. The Knicks in the black uniforms, Atlanta in the white.